Good morning, students. Welcome to your geography class. Yesterday we were discussing chapter number 2, that is major landforms of the earth. And yesterday we also discussed about the processes, how are the different landforms formed. And today we are going to start with the external process. Yesterday we were dealing with endogenic process, that is internal process. And today we are going to discuss about the external process, that is known as exogenic process. But first, let's revise whatever we discussed yesterday. Yesterday we discussed about the internal process, the tectonic process. Now, what are tectonic process? Tectonic processes are those processes which goes on inside the earth. Yesterday we also saw the anatomy of earth, that was core, the center of the earth, then the lower crust, upper crust and the surface. Now what we discussed yesterday is that whenever a movement goes on inside the earth, when the tectonic plates, when they are rotating and they collide with each other, that forms a landform. Okay, what types of landform? Mountains, plateaus, plains, canyons, valleys, all these are different types of landforms which are formed in a natural way. Which natural way? When the tectonic plates make a movement. Okay. Now, these processes, tectonic process also leads to folding, faulting, volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. Now, what is folding? What is faulting? Folding is a process which helps, meaning suppose, example, folding is also an internal process. Okay? How does folding happens? Some places if you go, you will see that there are valleys. What are valleys? Valley is a narrow V-shaped, U-shaped valley. There are two types of valley, V-shaped and U-shaped. They are present in between two mountains. That is known as valley. Those are results of folding and faulting. What is faulting? Faulting is also an internal process that goes on inside the earth. Okay? The cracks, when they appear, that time a part of land divides. Now when that part of land divides, one part may be slightly down, the other part may be slightly up. So that is called faulting. That also gives a rise to the land. Okay, so those processes, folding, faulting, are different types of mountains, but that we'll discuss later in this chapter. Just understand that these are internal processes which leads to folding, faulting, volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption is when the lava comes out from the core of the earth. Earthquake are the tremors that goes on inside the earth. When the tectonic plates collide, when the tectonic plates make movement, that time we experience earthquake. Okay? Now, coming back to the other process, the external process, the external factors that leads to the formation of different types of landforms. What is it? Exogenic process. Now, what is exogenic process? According to the book, exogenic process are also called external process. External means those things that happen outside the core, meaning on the surface of the earth. What all things can we experience on the surface of the earth? Rain, wind, fire, all these are external forces. Okay? Example, running water. Running water is an external force. It is also called agent of erosion. Other one, moving ice. Moving ice, air, okay, air, thunderstorm, all these are categorized under air. Thunderstorms, cyclones, typhoons, they all are concerned with water and air. Okay? Waves. What is waves? The sea waves. The sea waves, the river waves, they all can be seen on the surface of the earth. Okay? So these all are few external processes that helps in the formation of landforms. Now, I'm going to read out what's given in the book and then I'll explain you whatever it is. These forces act on the surface of the earth and help in weathering. What is weathering? Suppose we have a mountain. This is a mountain, and mountain is made up of sand, mud, rocks or ice. Okay? Now what is weathering? When it rains or when the wind blows, when the breeze is going on, that time these agents of erosion, they carry the mud, the soil, the rock to a different place. One very good example can be taken by a river. River is actually running water, and that running water carries a lot of sediment with it, and that sediment gets collected on the bank of the river. So that is called weathering. Weathering means when a big part of land, when a large land, it is broken into small pieces and is carried away from one place to the other. That is called weathering, jharna. Okay? Next, erosion. What is erosion? When soil from one place, either by air, water, is carried from one place to another. Next, transportation and deposition. What is transportation? Transportation can be simply conveyed as moving from one place to other, transport. But we are not talking about the vehicles, we are talking about the agents of erosion. Transportation can be done by air, can be done by water. How? Because when water is moving from one place to another, it carries some sediments, it carries rocks, it carries sands, it carries woods. These all things are carried by either air or water. Okay? Now, deposition. Deposition is when these things are being carried by the agents of erosion, these things has to get collected somewhere or the other. Meaning when they are being carried by these agents, air, water, they are getting collected at one place. Now there we can see a different landform, delta. Okay, delta is what? Delta is a area where we have the sediments collected which is being carried by the river. Okay, so deposition means it is being collected what is being carried by the river or air. Deposition of the weathered and eroded material. Whatever erosion means soil erosion. You must have studied soil erosion. What is soil erosion? Soil erosion when the mud is being carried by the river or air and it is getting collected to some other place. It is traveling from one place to another. That is called soil erosion. Like that, each and every particles that is present on the surface of the earth, they all are being carried away from one place to another, and this is called external factors. What are external factors? The examples are already mentioned, and these are also the agents of erosion. So please keep it in mind, external forces that helps in erosion, weathering and deposition. Okay, so that is about exogenic process. Exogenic, external, external factors. Okay, endogenic, inside. Endogenic is internal process, exogenic is external force. Okay, so today I shall keep it till here. Please revise and learn whatever picture I have sent you on your WhatsApp group. If you have any problem, you can call me on my WhatsApp, or you can also send text messages on my WhatsApp number. And again, if you have any problem, then we'll discuss it on the live class. Thank you.